Academic integrity is where many educators understandably feel the most tension. Where is the line? What counts as acceptable use? How should teachers respond when AI is involved? A helpful starting point is this. The central question may not be simply whether AI was used. The more important question is whether the student is accurately representing their understanding and their contribution. In other words, can the student explain their own work? Can they walk through the argument, the reasoning, the steps, the choices, or the analysis in a way that shows ownership and understanding? That question often gets closer to the real issue than a simple yes or no rule about AI. There are certainly cases where AI use crosses the line. If a student submits work they do not understand, cannot explain, and present as fully their own, that is a problem. But the response does not have to begin with panic or with a detector score. It can begin with clarity. What did the student use? How did they use it? What part of the thinking is theirs? Can they explain the final product? This is where transparent use policies can help. For example, a school or teacher might allow students to use AI for brainstorming, practice questions, feedback on clarity, revision suggestions, study support, but not for generating final text that is submitted as original work, answering graded questions directly, completing independent assessments, replacing required reasoning or analysis. That kind of clarity serves everyone better than vague warnings. It is also worth being careful with AI detectors. They are not reliable enough to carry high-stakes decisions on their own, and research has shown they can disproportionately misidentify writing by non-native English speakers as AI generated. So rather than centering the entire integrity response around detection, many educators may find it more effective to center it around assignment design, clear disclosure expectations, and follow-up conversations when needed. One practical approach is to normalize disclosure. A student statement like this is far more useful than secrecy. I used AI to generate practice questions on the Civil War, then used those questions to identify gaps in my understanding before writing my response. I did not use AI to draft the submitted text. That gives the teacher something concrete to evaluate: judgment, process, transparency, and understanding. The goal is not to create a climate of suspicion. The goal is to create a culture where students understand the difference between support and substitution. That is a more teachable line and often a more durable one.